And it's live. Hey, hey. I'm pretty sure it's live. Good stuff. Here we go. Well, we're live and grateful to be here.
Welcome.
Welcome to our nightcap. My name is Carlos, and this is my gorgeous bride, Chantel. Just to tell you a little bit about us. We're with Epic Your Life, Creating Extraordinary, and our big thing is marriage mastery. What's up? And so a little bit about my bride. If this is your first time being here, she is phenomenal. She is actually a master activator that has taken many lives from trauma and triggers and brought them to a new story, brought them to triumph with over 24 years experience. And I'm telling you, I'm her best product, the best student. She helped me through a lot of my stuff and helped to make me into the man that I am now. It's pretty awesome. And we've been together.
Freaking awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I received that. And it's been what? 14 years.
Yeah.
We've been together. Plus.
So thank you for that. That's really sweet. And Carlos is an incredible, skilled business strategist, and he has a gift and a talent for pulling people's best identity out of them and creating strategies to create extraordinary, to build both their income and their family life. We have had a passion for the home since the two of us got together.
Nope.
Came from two crazy worlds and blended a family and decided that we were going to create something radically different. So the two of us joined forces in this beautiful journey we call marriage. That's and right. I think the most powerful thing about our story is the intentionality that we've created. And I am so wildly blessed that we've not only been committed to the journey and all of the ups and downs and all of the challenges and all of the things, but that we have continued to learn and grow together.
That's right.
It's been very powerful. So
that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you, babe. Receive that.
Look at the skinny face.
I know. I shrunk. That's right. Shrinking. Took a shrinking pill called fasting.
We completed a fast. So Carlos completed 10 days. I completed 6. And we went on a wild journey together. It's fun. So sometimes life brings us challenges, and sometimes we create our own, with intention and really. I said it earlier on our women's call. I was like, listen, we had no business starting a fast, let alone a fast this long when we did. We had literally the month of May been home a total of 7 days between traveling, our retreat, all of the things that we had going on. My goodness, we had just literally on our trip home was his last meal before this fast, and then I joined him a few days later. But it's been a fun ride, and it taught us a lot of things.
Did.
So Carlos did a Facebook Live, and it's really kind of powerful. He goes into all the details. We won't do that today because we have other topics we want to talk about. But the beauty of it is, for me personally, what that experience did was it showed me how strong we are. Number one.
Yeah.
Number 2, I preach from the mountaintops that you can do hard things.
That's right.
I can do hard things.
Yeah.
And what I realized through this fast was that I can do harder things. So not only can I do hard things, but I can do harder things.
So good.
And we did it, and we did it together, and the journey of doing it together and what that looks like and what that felt like in and out of the hunger pains, the ebbs and flows of what fasting does to your body, and recognizing that the journey has so many freaking amazing benefits, right? In the struggle. The struggle brings so many so many amazing benefits. And so it's really fun. And so on our Monday night nightcaps, we kind of like to process through our day and what some of our mentorships have brought out. And it's so funny because I swear we're always like on the same page. So when I go through and I'm doing mentorships with some of our clients, recognizing the season they're in, right? And the intentional hard things, hard places they put themselves in, like going after a dream or a goal, right? Listen, whether it's your health and your fitness and really optimizing, a time frame and to shrink your body, to regenerate your stem cells, whatever it is, right? Or is it to move across the country to another country, maybe? Or is it to, press into a season that looks like full of like massive amounts of social activities, and you're like, and you've got a teething baby and you're trying to figure it all out. You have this anxiety, you're like, how am I going to do all this? So we all have the thought process and the mindset of like, sometimes we just go, oh my gosh, how am I going to freaking do this? How am I going to do it? And then we do it.
That's right.
And then we're like, oh. And so the revelation that I have is, number one, we press in, we do the hard, right? So what have our clients said? Yeah, man, it's been a real challenge. And I found real strength, right?
It's good.
So it's been a real challenge. And then I found real strength. And I feel like that's what we found through the fast.
Strength. That's so good.
It's so fun. And yeah.
Well, I mean, out of all this, like Chantel, that is one of her quotes. I can do hard things and it's worth it. Right. And I want to add to that just with a simple phrase. And I was just writing it down because I can do hard things and life will be easy. Or you get to choose. I can do easy things and life will be hard. Right. Because it's easy to reach for a Twinkie. And this is talking about our fasting stuff. It's easy to load up on carbs and eat just whenever I want to, or I can choose hard things. And then guess what? Life will be easy. And it's true, like resetting our bodies. I feel great. And now I lost 16 pounds in the process of fat. And then now the next target is 230, which is another 20 pounds. And I'm going to feel really good. And she's like, oh my goodness, I don't know that I've ever seen your belly this flat since we've been married. I'm like, come on, it's a new day. Let's do it. And we live, that's our mantra, is like, we want to create extraordinary. And all extraordinary really is doing the extra. Little things.
Beyond ordinary.
That's right. Doing the extra. The extra. Little, and it can be little things. Howard, this kind of a big thing, I know. Some people are like, and we still worked out, which was we can do hard things, but we can do harder things. Like, because I will tell you, it sucked. It wasn't easy to work out. I was like, I wanted to see if I could do it, and guess what? I did, and I didn't die. So,
well, not only that, but right. So this was something that was really profound. Carlos is talking about us working out during a fasted state. So what I recognize too is how we go into something with somebody else's limiting belief that we've taken ownership of.
That's right.
Okay. So we have somebody else's limiting, they're like, oh, you're fasting. You're not going to have the energy to do it. You're going to be weak. Right. So I took that into our first workout of the week.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So we did 3. I took that into the first workout and I was like, hey, Carlos too. We both told our coach, we were like, yeah, we're going to have to modify today. We're fasting, right?
Because that's what we thought.
Listen, the human brain operates in like default, right? Somebody else's limiting belief. Do you hear me? So we take somebody else's limiting belief and we put it on ourselves and then we believe it.
It happens.
But guess what? Guess what happened? We didn't modify. So by the end of the workout, coach comes over and she's like, so much for modification. I was like, wow, I didn't know. I had the energy, I had the strength, and I didn't have to modify.
Had the mindset too.
So, wow, if I just take action and I go for it, we have no idea what we're capable of. We have no idea the actual capacity that we have.
It's possible.
Right? The strength that we don't know we have.
Come on.
That we can tap into. Right? So then we do a second one on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we did another one. None of it we modified.
That's right.
None of it.
So I'll claim that I did modify one thing, and I lost track of how many times I did.
On Friday.
So on Friday, it was a matter of you would just keep doing as many as you can, and she gave us this workout, and then she timed it. She stopped us, but I worked out the whole time. But I'll be honest, I have no idea how many times I did it. I was so tired. That was day 9 for me. And by the way, it's a water only fast. Some people are like, because there's so many fasts out there, intermittent fasting, David fast, whatever, all these different fasts. And so water only fast, just to clarify. So what about today, babe?
Yeah.
That was about, our week last week since we last saw you. What about today? So then how did this tie into?
Well, so that's what it is, right? So it really, again, going back to, we either deal with hard things or create hard things, right? I mean, that's life. Like, we all have shit storms that fly our way, and we all choose to do hard things because we want to reach a new level. And I will say, this is so powerful. I'm just so thrilled for Carlos. I'm thrilled for your breakthrough. Yes. I'm thrilled. I see it in your eyes. I feel it in your spirit. I feel it in everything about you, that you are ready for that next level.
Oh yeah.
Right. I remember a time 5 years ago, because I've always been, super passionate about health and fitness. Mm-hmm. And about 5 years ago, our son was working hard to, for his rugby goals, mm-hmm. to become a professional athlete. And Carlos would work out 5 days a week, like a maniac, and didn't see results. Didn't see results on the scale. We've tried every kind of eating plan, utilize, like we've done it all. Okay. So recognizing that
diets,
back then, I've always had a vision, right? A vision of what I wanted my body to look like, as far as like my abs, my health, you know what I mean? Like, so keeping that in front of me has been something that I've actively done. And I noticed that he wasn't doing that. And so, I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but about 5 years ago, mm-hmm. I sat down with you and I was like, do you have a vision for what you want your body to look like?
Right.
And there was this block.
Yeah, she even asked me if I had any pictures of role models, and The Rock.
There was a total block. And so, Carlos is talking about, so helping people go through from their triggers and trauma, mm-hmm. right? To be triumphant. So recognizing what he believed and why about a strong, fit, healthy version of himself. Yeah. Do you remember this?
I totally do. Yeah. This was big.
Yeah.
This was big. She helped me through the story that I had to do with who I was during that time when I was fit and healthy in high school and an athlete. I led her in all 3 sports, quarterback of the team, catcher for baseball. And what happened was, what I recognized, I had judgment on that person when I was fit and healthy. Why? Because I thought he was an adulterous, womanizing, sexual, sinner.
So look at that. So
it's real. Yeah. True.
That was the belief about, if he was to get strong, healthy, and fit again, that's what that identity represented.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
5 years ago. Okay. So if you question kind of, I mean, and look at you now.
Yeah. I mean,
You're
yeah.
looking at yourself
I
going,
mean, like, I've
wow.
never, this guy's kind of handsome. I've never been this thin in our whole marriage, and I want to keep going. So yeah, it's a
Turn the
beautiful
corner.
journey. Beautiful
But what
journey.
I'm saying is that, listen, we have such an overnight microwave mentality and we don't recognize the growth and the beauty in the
That's
journey.
right. That's right.
I mean, it's not that he didn't, fluctuate or have results or whatever, but he never broke through the mindset. He never
Right.
he hadn't yet broken through that barrier. He hadn't forgived that old identity so much so that he could embrace himself fit
Yeah.
and thin.
True. True.
And that's what's happened in the last couple of years. He has embraced it. He has embraced it with his eating habits. He's embraced it with his dedication,
Yeah.
his commitment, and it's been powerful to watch. And this right here is a new turning point. I
Absolutely.
kid you not. Like I feel it with everything in me, and it thrills me because there's so much freedom on the other side of that.
Yeah.
There's
And,
so
and
much
we
freedom.
we truly do want to live by example. Like, that's the reality. And I want to be a good representation of what my wife does in changing people's stories. Her impact on lives has been phenomenal over the years. And that's really what she helped me to do. And even in this process, again, the forgiveness, releasing the judgment, receiving then a better story of what if there was good in that person that you have so much judgment towards. And so she helped me create a new story. And that's where it starts. And then others confirm that story, right? And others help to say, yes, this is true. And yes, you can do this. You can do this. And then, so the reality is too now, it's like, and there was something else that broke, which is the emotional attachment to food. Like, I'm sorry.
That's what the fast did.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That was a whole nother revelation of the emotional connection to the food, because there was a lot of that and control. I realized, like, that was a big area for me that I still hadn't quite gotten through. So maybe you have some similar things. You're attached to food. Like, food was one thing where I could control no matter what everyone else was doing. If I some reason, something in financial, something in my fatherhood, something in me being a husband, a son, like all these things in my identity, if they got challenged or work, guess what? I could still always control what I want to eat.
Can you relate? How many of you can relate to that? I mean, we
Yeah.
all have something that we feel like we need to, I mean, we do.
Yeah.
We all have addictions somewhere.
That's right.
I challenge you.
Yeah, for sure.
When you look at your habits, there is something that you turn to.
Yes. And it feels good. Feels good. And I believe it. Like, and the cool part about even fasting, so you go from zero food to now I'm just like, okay, I still got goals I want to reach. And I'm going to do them in a healthy, practical way, control my insulin, one meal a day, keeping it between, 11 and 7, noon and 7 for me, probably. And so, because I don't eat anymore before noon. So again, this is exciting to just be like, this is easy. I don't have the emotional attachment now and what was fascinating, I had someone ask me today in one of our mentorships, like, you did 10 days. Water fast only, no food. Do you think you could have done it more? And I was like, yeah,
Yes.
I could have done 20 days. But there's a good side and a bad side to that, because what I recognized in that moment when they asked me, when I was thinking about it, was I was like, you know what happened? Me not eating became the new normal. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing in your life. In this situation, it became a good thing because I could have gone farther, and there's a lot of good health aspects. And anyways, we don't need to get into that. But the point is that I realized my mindset was right. I gotten used, because I'm telling you, some people say, well, they not hungry anymore. Dude, I was hungry. I was hungry. I was hungry the whole time.
We love food.
We do. We're foodies. I just tell you, but the results of the health and how I felt in that health and the alertness and the awareness, and I was like, yeah, I could have. I could have kept going because I'd gotten used to even that feeling of hunger and then recognizing all the benefits from it. And like the next step is, a 20-day fast potentially. Obviously, there are definite things, again, do your research, but we know we need to replenish some nutrients and right, healthy. It's healthy to fast, but also then you replenish those things before you do another long fast.
Mhm.
So, but again, I'm not afraid of it. And like it's like, yeah, I could do it. And I don't have to like go, hibernate in my room and sleep all day either. I can function. I worked through it all. Were there
Yeah.
some days I was hazy and some days that, I was like on default, but that's what's so cool too, because of what we've chosen, which is hard.
Yep.
Like we have many times, Chantel and I both have continued to operate and continue to do things, even though we didn't feel like it, whether it was
Mhm.
mentally, emotionally, relationally, physically, right? This just happened to be the time where it was definitely physically. You just do it anyways.
Well, and I would say too, the other thing was doing it together.
Oh my God. My favorite part.
Why?
By far. Look, there is something about choosing not just hard, but extremely hard, the extraordinarily hard. Can we call it that? Um, and then having your best friend, your soulmate, your bride, your queen do it with you. And to know there was something very, very powerful about the unity and synchronicity that happened. I will tell you, like, we have done many, many things that have brought us into sync and brought us into
Deeper
unity. Yep.
intimacy.
But this one by far has been the best thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of it though is because we even leaned in, we still exercised together.
Right.
We ended up
Encouraged each
yes,
other.
absolutely. We went to bed earlier because we're like, well, we're not going to eat. So why don't we go crawl in bed at 6 when we get off work instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of, 8 or 9. And so we were in bed, excuse me, and also then we would watch documentaries together about fasting, like, and that's another thing. You got to see the vision of the benefits of everyone else too. That's where we learned so much. You got educated, but then
Why are
also
we doing
let's
the
keep
hard
going.
thing?
That's
Why
right.
are we choosing to do the hard thing? So we got to figure that out. And so we studied together, we watched together, we processed together, we cultivated, a plan together. And
Yes.
and I think that's really
And then the ultimate, like the reward of us doing these things together was on our day of rest. We always sleep in anyways. We were both sore from our workouts, and it was a day of rest, so we're like sleeping in. And then I got up, out, or we were laying there and we were talking. We always have conversations on day of rest too, just laying in bed, and we snuggle. And then I was like, you know what? Hey, would you like a massage? I know you're sore. And we've done this before, but this one was extra, extra special
so
because we'd come in such synchronicity.
I would say that morning was, I don't know what day it was for that. It was the day before. So
It would have
your
been
day
like,
9 and my day 5.
that's right.
Euphoric. Like it
Yeah.
was a euphoric experience. So, where the fast took our minds, body, and spirit, really allowed us to enter this euphoric state that, we've done these things, many times in our marriage. We do it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
But this was a new level. It was
Yes.
it was a really powerful new level. Just beautiful, just
And we both were
incredible.
tired,
Yeah.
but we gave full effort of giving during the massage. And then she did it back. Like sometimes I'll do a massage and then she'll do a massage another time. But this time we both did. It was just like, it was amazing. So then, of course, there was happy endings and happy middles and whatever during that intimacy. That's the beauty and the benefit of massages with married couples, right?
Yeah.
And it was super powerful. I'm telling you, which then created like, so this was, so we ended up ending the fast on Sunday. So literally this is our last day of our fast together. And it was super cool because it was like this last day and this last connection and like the reward of that too. It created a marker,
Mhm.
created a marker of what doing these hard things together as a couple
Yeah.
And we have faced hard things and gotten stronger and closer through it. But it was like we chose to do this hard
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's the difference, right? So again, when life has a shitstorm and
Yeah,
you press into hard things together, it definitely makes you stronger
yeah,
and creates more unity.
definitely.
Or it tears you apart.
That's truth.
I mean, that's real. So it's a matter of how committed are you and what are you willing to go through and how willing are you to press in and be victorious together. I really think it's a mindset.
Yes.
And so the same is true for choosing to do hard things, right?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
anyways, that was our amazing experience. And, we just kind of wanted to share with you
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Do you want to share anything else about that's kind of what all your stuff with the women's meetings was centered
Yeah.
around? And your mentorships too.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's
Well, it was
important.
their experience
Yeah.
too. Like, it ties in again.
Well, and I would say to sum up my day, because there was a lot of mentorship. It's one of both of our busiest days, mentoring different clients that we have. And then also, we always end it the end of the day with our men and women's group that we do a group mentorship. So I think the biggest takeaway from all the stuff that I had today and processed through would be just the importance of simplicity. Yeah, I think that was the theme of today for me and from my processing. And I want you to hear this because I also is so interesting meeting with I met with a stranger guy. This guy I'd never met before, but I met him at the bank and he was super cool. We had a short conversation as I was at the bank today too. And he was confirming this, like he's like in his 70s. I was like, man, I'd sure love to. I'm gonna take him lunch sometime because he's a local guy. And so it's a cool connection. And he was like giving me some wisdom. And it was even about that, about simplicity. And I recognize, even as today, the theme with the men and with my conversations with clients was about simplicity. Simplicity is truly what life was meant to be. And even the things that we do in business, and if you think about it, that's really our journey, even fasting. When I really understand it, it's simple
Mhm.
and you do something hard, but yet it heals the body in so many ways. I can't even explain to you and the blessings that come from it because you're going to burn a lot of fat in a short amount of time, and it's truly burning fat.
Well, and you're detoxing the dead cells,
And you're
the
getting the
nasty
stem
cells.
cells. The stem cells come from the bone marrow. So
Mhm.
what I'm saying though is, think about that. It didn't cost me anything. It was built in me to regenerate and heal me, but also to make me healthier in the sense of
Yeah.
dropping weight and getting uh rejuvenating a lot of things. But see how really, if you think about how simple that is, it's not a diet, it's not a fad diet, it's not lotions and potions and pills. It's just fasting. It's throughout the word, y'all. And Jesus, as an example to us, did a 40-day water only fast. So why am I saying this? The reason why, when it really comes down to it, is it is very simple on so many different fronts. Business, relationships, the reason why people make it complex. And I hope that we can do a better job of communicating to you the simplicity of relationships and marriage. Now, I do understand sometimes we need the accountability and support to get there. I had her through this fast. I had her to help me get through my triggers and trauma. So I get it and I agree with that, right? Find someone who has a better story and let them help you create a better story because you don't have one right now. That's real. But the simplicity of what things are and the reason why the world and religion and businesses and marketing create complexity is so you'll need them. I want you to let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
If it's simple enough where you could do it on your own, you don't need them. So, and how do I know this? Because I've done this. I have. It's a revelation I had a few months ago, and it brought me to tears. So again, I hope that more and more what we do and what we create, you will see it's simple. Now, the accountability stuff, like I said, and the encouragement, that's different. That is necessary, which is mentorship come alongside. But I will tell you that if you look at life, there's always a really simple answer. And so look for it. It's there. And if it's complex and this and that, and you got to do all these weird things to get it accomplished, chances are somebody making money off of that, or, right? Or somebody is able to control you because of that. So it's just something I've noticed in life. And so
Awesome.
till next time,
Yes.
we are Carlos and Chantel, and we're with Epic Your Life. If you want more stuff like this, you can find us on our YouTube channel, Carlos and Chantel, on YouTube, or subscribe if you want more of these like this. It'll let you know. And then also you can join us on our school platform. That's school with a K, school.com/Epic Your Life. So we'd love to see you there. If you're interested, we got some more strategies and skills there that we'd love to work with you on for marriage mastery. Have a great day. Go out there, make it epic.
Yeah.